Hello, hello. All right. Here we are, getting ready soon to move into December, and I just want to talk about my event so that people know about it. So, December 18th, I'm doing my winter solstice big event of the year. The solstice is a turning point for the year, so it's another turn of the wheel. And whenever there is a turn of the wheel, it's an important time. So, what we're including in that is dinner. You have a buffet dinner, and Gerard always cooks the most scrumptious foods. And it's also, we do a little ritual, we do a little meditation. We have a beautiful altar set up. We also, before the event starts, we have a few readers there if you want to come early and get a reading. And then also, I talk about the new year. So about 2022 and what that's all about, the flavor of the year, the astrology of the new year, the energetics of the new year, and also Chinese New Year, numerology, all of that. And in the past, I've been very accurate, and I have that to go back to. And so anybody that comes, besides having dinner and getting all that information, I also include a private message for anyone coming. It's channeled for the new year, and you will get your private message for the new year. You will get a small little gift for coming. And so you definitely get your money's worth. It is, I had advertised it for $45, and I'm hoping we can do it for that because the prices of food have gone way the heck up. And my doing the messages for you is my give back. That and the gift is from me saying thank you to you for staying with me and supporting me and all of that. So that is my gift to you. You don't have to physically be here. What I will be doing is I will be sending you your message. I will be recording what I'm sharing. So if you sign up, you will, and it won't be $45 if you don't live around here. I have to double check what I charged last year for it, but you will get the recording and you will get everything for the new year, and you will get your message as part of that. So it's my favorite festival, I'll call it, or celebration for the year. It is, oh, and if you're coming in person also, we have a DJ and dancing after. So we've turned it into not just a spiritual event, but having a blast after, just being normal people, dancing, celebrating, laughing. There's a bar, cash bar, just having a good time. And people have absolutely loved it. And last year I did share, it was, I forgot about it, but many people that had the recording called me up when the pandemic hit and said, hey, you said that last year. And it wasn't a psychic hit, it was me looking at astrology and what happened the last time this hit, and that was the bubonic plague. So I remember saying about it could be a pandemic, but in my mind I was not thinking pandemic like worldwide big as it was. So that's a good point to make, that in astrology we do predictions based on what happened the last time, and we don't really know exactly, but we know how it may show up. So that was really important. So save the date, December 18th. One thing that I'm going to ask for people to do this year that's been different than the years in the past, I'm going to ask you to sign up ahead of time and pay for it. Because in the past, I've held seats for many people that said they were coming and they didn't even show up, and I did the messages and everything. So unfortunately, because of things like this, I have to have people register and pay in advance. So we are not booking readings in advance. So that will be cash. You show up and you have your reading early. And I believe, I'm trying to remember, I think the readings are 5 to 7, but look for your email that will go out with all the details separately. But I think it's 5 to 7 on the readings, or 5 to 6:30, something like that. And then we start the event. And we always do a little bit about talking up front, and then we have dinner, and then we do the rest of it. So it's a great time. Everybody loves it. Everybody's like chomping at the bit to get out anyways and see people. So if it interests you, either call me at 413-526-9840, and you can give me a card or Venmo me, or text me, email me at trust, TRUST, Mac, MAC, at AOL. So TRUST, MAC at AOL. So just wanted to give you that heads up because it's coming quick. And I want to know how much to get and how much to order. I don't want to end up with, like I did before, with lots of food left over and messages, because it took me my energy to do all of that. So I'm asking people, please, it'll be non-refundable and all of that. Okay, let's go into this up and coming week. Keepers of the light. Kali, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. All right, let's see what the message is. When I look at this, she looks a little bit scary. She has skulls on her and she just looks a little bit scary. And to me, this is about going into the shadow side. None of us like doing our shadow work, but it sure pays off. And that's what this reminds me of. That last week, I hope you made it through that week with everything that was going on the week before. All the karma stuff and all of that cracked open. But this says, I'm going to tell you about her. Kali Ma is the Hindu goddess of death and rebirth. She brings old cycles to an end so we can experience transformation. She is a strong, fierce, fiery, and powerful image of a divine feminine. Many have been intimidated by her, but she is a mother energy and therefore completely loving. She's like a fierce mother protecting her child from harm. She has a dark energy like the night sky, but it consumes fear and leaves only love. She is the twin flame of the god Shiva and has even been known to slay his ego so that he can reveal his true loving self. The message is, this is a time when you are able to look fear in the eye and move away from it. Fear is just energy, and energy can be changed. This can be an intense experience because the human self is so conditioned that it may be used to operating with fear present. When the fear is gone, it may feel as though an emptiness is there, but this is space for love and miracles to enter. You are being filled with the courage of spirit now so that you can move from this phase of your life to the next. Trust the process and call on Kali Ma to help you release your fear and step into a space that's strong, focused, and courageous. Yeah, dealing with our fear. All right, Lightworker Oracle. Power of the Divine Masculine. Wow, look at that card. The bird overhead, all the energy pouring down, the males on both sides, the light pouring out of the hands. So to me, this shows the power. Well, it says power of divine masculine, but looking at the picture shows the power. It's like, wow, there is this energy just pouring down. And we know that the power of the divine masculine is about taking movement, having action, staying focused, using the mind. So let's see what this says. An empowering energy seeks expression from within. It wishes to free you from confusion, paralysis, and stagnancy. It seeks to stir you into consciously chosen excuse me, action, greater discipline, and focus. It's time to end the frustration of repeating old patterns. You are ready to break it through into a new way of life. Feel inspired. Be energized and focus on your dreams and desires. Take steps to manifest them on the physical plane. Believe your success is inevitable. And it has an invocation here, which I love. It says, I call upon the unconditionally loving divine masculine within me. I respect, honor, and need you. I release past pain and how we related to each other. We are blessed with divine love and healing now. Help me to have the courage and self-belief to live my truths and be open about who I am. I honor your strength and power within me. I know that for every dream the divine has placed in my heart, so too has equal measure of confidence, intelligence, strength, and capacity being placed in my soul. I choose to have the courage of my convictions and to journey within to find whatever I need to bring my light fully to the world. May all beings be supported in overcoming pain relating to the masculine principle. May all beings restore, heal, love, and respect him and his divine purpose in the spiritual evolution of humanity. Through my own free will, I invite unconditional love to assist with this process for all beings, and so be it. What a beautiful invocation. And when I think about this, I also think about all the males in our lives that have caused us pain. If you're female and you've had past relationships that have caused you pain, it's really about forgiveness so you can embrace your own male side, right? All right. Work your light. Interesting. So last week, I talked to you about the ever unfolding rose, and that was about being cracked open. And we have it 2 weeks in a row. So I'm going to read it again because maybe there's something we missed here. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it, to let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss, to allow what is falling away to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies as much as triumphs and adventures. Wherever you find yourself at the moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open no matter how much it hurts, to continually unfold, to let life crack you open. Perhaps you are going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing. to open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you and not to you. Sorry, I lost my place. And one day, in the not too distant future, you may just bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you to be open. Now is the time to go gently, to treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby, to wrap yourself in a blanket and trust that the mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not all be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you will look back at the transformation and be blown away by the poetry of life. Everything is going to be okay. Let it crack you open. So there we go again. So why did we get this 2 weeks in a row? Well, I'm going to say that we're still healing, right? It's not a 1 day or a 1 week process. So life is cracking us open, both personally and in the bigger picture of things. All right. Starseed Oracle. I'm sorry. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs, or uprooting. And it's two people praying on their knees, and it's pretty symbolic because the roots go so deep. It's like to me, it looks like roots of a tree going very deep in between the two people. And what this reminds me of is the people above are grateful for the experience. The people below in the dark are working with the shadow of this. And so it kind of goes along with the ever unfolding rose being cracked open to do forgiveness and the divine masculine. So we've got some big stuff going on before we get to the new year. We're living in divine times. When we're hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of right and wrong. As souls, we intrinsically remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we experience the opposite. But it's crucial to remember that we can't simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for starseeds. To bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world have been divisive, personally, ancestrally, and collectively. The shadows, hate, wounds, separation, severing, wrongs, and sadness. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or your society have consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain on others. To find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are for all people. To say I'm sorry with an open heart and mean it. To be part of the healing rather than the perpetuation of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame, it's about unwinding the pattern that got us here. You may be called to devote your time to causes you believe in or do healing work on your ancestral line. How have you been called to drop your defenses and unwind past wrongs is the question. Wow, lots of healing here. It's pretty amazing. We're diving into the shadow side of our fear. We're forgiving. We're bridging in our divine masculine and really forgiving ourselves as well. This is definitely, these last 2 weeks have been amazing and will continue for this week with the healing. So I can hardly wait to see where we all are for December. Thank you so much, and keep on keeping on, and just allow yourself to really explore the shadow and don't be afraid of the fear. Thank you, and I support you always in all ways. Love to you.